And you guys, it's day number 75 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. I've been getting into an ice bath every single day this year, you guys. All this big, beautiful ice, chunky monkey ice, ready to go from the Morosco Forge. And I get in there every single day, and it is quite cold, you guys. I'm going to take a look at what the temperature is today. 32.3 degrees Fahrenheit today. So nice and cold. You'll see it's got lots of ice in there today. Yesterday there was no ice. Today there's lots of ice. So what happened was a big sheet of ice formed on the bottom. And for about an hour, I've been hammering away with my hand under the cold water. I've been hammering away, bringing all this ice to the surface. So there was a big, thick sheet of ice at the very bottom. I mean, you can see this was not chump change. Look how thick that is. That's what was forming on the bottom. So this is what the Morosco Forge does, you guys. It makes its own, like, big rock forms of ice. So welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm going to pop into the ice bath here momentarily. But today, since it's day number 75, I thought, okay, it would be cool to ask the question, which one would be harder, doing 75 hard? So those of you that know, that's Andy Frisella's program, and I can tell you about it in a minute. Or doing a 5-minute ice bath every single day in 32-degree temperature water. I asked someone in my life, my best friend, Brittany, she did 75 hard in the fall. I asked her what she would do, and I'll share with you some of my chicken in the background. She's so proud of herself. I don't know what makes them like get all worked up with the but I'll tell you guys what Brittany said here in a minute. All right, we're gonna set you down, tilt you down, let you see all the action. Look at all that big, beautiful ice in there today, you guys. It is nice and chilly too. I literally have had my hands and my arms down to here in that water for the last hour, hammering away, trying to get all this ice to come up. My biggest concern is going under the water and then busting my head on one of those pieces of ice when they come up. I mean, these are just big ass chunks. Look at that. All right, in we go. 5 minutes on the clock, and here we go. I'm gonna move some of that forward. Last thing I want is all that stuff behind me. Oh, come on. There's still a little bit at the bottom, so I need to be careful. Okay, you guys, so today is day number 75 of my Ice Bath Challenge. And since there is a program out there that's very popular called 75 Hard, I thought, why don't we ask the question, which one would you rather do? 75 hard or an ice bath? And 75 hard, for those of you that don't know, you do 2 workouts a day, you eat clean, you read from a motivational book, at least 10 pages. I feel like I'm missing something, but there's a series of things, and somebody can write it down there at the bottom if you know the rest of them. But it's a series of things that you do, and you do it for every day for 75 days in a row, and you can't skip a day. And so, would you rather do all that or get in an ice bath for 5 minutes a day? A 32-degree ice bath. So I asked my best friend, Brittany, who actually did do 75 hard in the fall. And I said, so Britt, if you could switch out 75 hard for the ice bath, would you do the ice bath or the 75 hard? She said, oh, easy, ice bath. Even though she's never done an ice bath. She said just the time of only 5 minutes in an ice bath compared with several hours of doing all the things that you do with 75 hard. I'm like, okay, fair enough. All right, so let's reframe the question then. Is there anything on 75 hard that you would trade and you would do the ice bath instead? And her response was, I'm gonna lift my hands because they have been in this water for a long time, so it's starting to hurt. She said, yeah, I would do the ice bath in lieu of one of the workouts. So you have to do 2 workouts a day. So I thought that was an interesting response. And I wonder what you guys think. Do you think putting yourself in an ice bath is going to be a better option than anything on 75 hard? Seems to me, I guess, choose your hard. I would obviously choose the ice bath all day, every day. And I am. This year I have been 75 days in a row. And I can tell you it's gotten easier the more that I've done it. And a lot of people that do 75 hard, they find that too, that the deeper you get into it, the more it becomes a habit. It's kind of easy. And so it's kind of an interesting kind of thought process of, would you rather do this or would you rather do 75 hard? And I guess it's going to depend. If somebody is very, very aversion to cold, maybe this isn't so desirable. But then other people have an aversion to like so many workouts. I know Brittany, she used to, when she was doing it, the 75 hard, she hated trying to get in that second workout some days. It was really hard. And so I like her thinking there. All right, let's go under the water. Oh my gosh, look at this rocks in here. Whew. So much for no ice yesterday. Yeesh, I think it's made up for it today. Some big ass pieces of ice in there. All right, guys. So 75 hard or an ice bath? This seems like a fun question to ask. Oh. Oh, that feels so good. Yes. Invigorated. When I go under that water, it is so refreshing. If you do nothing else with cold therapy, put your head under the water because you don't know how much better you can feel until you do that. And I can tell you, like, it changes me. When I get to go under that water and I come up, I'm just like, whew, it's nice. It's just really, really nice. All right, so let's scroll back, see who all's here today. My hands are very numb. Those of you that came in late and you saw my hands above the water for the whole hour before I got on the air, I had a hammering at the bottom of my ice bath tank because I had thick pieces of ice. So you saw those thick pieces of ice. I was literally hammering away all at the bottom for about an hour. So my hands were submerged already pretty heavily so. So when I got in there, immediately the pain kicked in. I kept them under for a couple minutes, but finally I was just like, screw it. I got to get them out of there because it was hurting too much. Jacqueline's here. Svetlana is here. CC Guide Dogs, Chuck, Carney, Kira, Jules, Debbie. Jen says hello. Hello, Jen. Carrie Cherish says, hey, Jimmy, hey. Holly, Cavaliers, Kohler family, Glory to I Am, Jen, Damick, Miss Chantal, Melissa, Sonia, Misty, Heart and Soul. Ray Luca is here. Melt That Snow Cherish says, yep, those gallons of water are dumb. Oh, that's right. You drink lots and lots and lots of water on 75 Hard too. That was one of the hardest things that Brittany talked about, was getting in all the water every day. Jen says, ice bath. I'm doing a sauna and cold shower every day. Hey, that's cool. That's really cool. And yes, so Jen says, if I had to choose between 75 Hard and ice bath, it's ice bath. Your hands make you look like you're anointing someone. Oh, Holy Spirit, come down. Yes, that's the only way I know how to do it. Like, I guess I could do the backs of my hands and then start waving at you with the back of my hands. Hello. All in, awesome plunge. Yes. You got to get all the way in. Especially when, because you can feel heat come out of your head. And so it's nice to, and this is why I end my plunge with the dip underwater. And like I said, it really does something for me mentally to do that too. What do your neighbors say about your hollers? Well, nothing actually. I haven't heard anything from any of them. I have big lungs, and so I project pretty far. It's probably not just the guy behind me, who I sometimes hear out there doing, so I know he's heard me. And then my neighbors over here, really nice people, but I don't really see them a lot. The across the street people, they're like shut in. Yeah, so nobody really says anything. So. Sheila's here. Melt That Snow says, wow, making it sound enjoyable. You're such a cheerful plunger. Hey, I am a cheerful plunger because it is pleasant. This is why I've enjoyed coming on camera every day, because if I was in discomfort, it's hard to fake that, right? Now, you guys see when I first get in, I have to catch my breath. I think anybody that gets into cold water, especially icy water, you get into that, you have to catch your breath. You're probably always going to catch your breath. You see me doing that as soon as I get in. And it takes about 90 seconds. And I can calm myself down. And then, when I'm in there, I'm having a good old time. And I like it. I like it a lot. Jen says, going under the water gives me brain freeze. Well, if I have talked about this, that I have had sometimes when I come up from out under the water, I will get that eating ice cream too fast brain freeze too. But yeah, it hasn't been doing it the last few times. I really want to push longer under the water at some point. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Just see how long I can be under there. Within reason, of course. Don't think I'm going to get cray-cray, you guys. But could I go 30 seconds? Is 30 seconds unreasonable? I currently do 12 to 15 seconds. So it's like basically that session again. I can hold my breath for, 3 minutes underwater pretty easily. But it'd be worth trying. Melt That Snow says, hammer time. Yeah, I literally had the hammer. I mean, just pounding away at that ice at the bottom, because I would have to like chip a little corner and then it would create a little space and then I could like really get in there. And it took, like I said, it took like an hour, and all those chunks of ice that you see in the ice bath right now was where I was hammering away on the bottom of the Morosco Forge to get them to come up. So I'm glad, because I love the visual of having all that ice in there. Javi is here. How many kitties you got? Oh, just the one. She's probably upstairs. She usually hides when I'm on with you guys. It's so funny. She knows if I'm looking at the camera, she knows you guys are here because she goes and hides. It's so weird. I've had 4 kitties at one time. Lost one in 2019, one in 2020. I had one run away earlier this year. Skunk, you guys might remember the black tuxedo cat. Skunk, she ran away 2 days before a snowstorm. And then we had a big snowstorm. This has been a couple months ago, and she never came back. So I assume she got caught in the elements or somebody got her. So hated that. But now Peaches is the one that's left, and she's my 18-year-old old lady. She's very attention starved. I get up in the mornings, I come down the stairs, and as soon as I'm down here, she's like, "Meow, meow, pet me, meow." And she's just like attention whore. So I give her lots of attention, and then I'll give her tons of attention, maybe 10 minutes. I'm like petting her and scratching her and all this. And then suddenly I'm trying to go get some work done, and she's just like, as if, more. Jello Network is here. Melt That Snow says, yeah, it's dumb, all that water. The worst part, yes, on the 75 hard. Cherish says, I vote ice bath too. If I did 75 hard and missed something, may feel some type of way. Yes. Yeah, with Brittany, she had like a list that she checked off every day. And there was some moments, it was 11:45 at night, and she was getting the last thing done. So there were days where it was tough. And then she got injured, so she was supposed to do 2 workouts a day, and she injured her back. And I mean, it got to the point where she had to just like do the bare minimum of a exercise to get it in. And yeah, but she said totally would change one of the workouts for an ice bath. I'm like, okay, I could see you doing that. Lori Bugs is here. You're hurting my feelings not calling me by my name. I think you know your name, Melt That Snow. I like your username. So cool. Melt That Snow. There you go. Needy Emily, needy Emily. Yes. Cherish is not my favorite. You're all my favorite. There we go. See, I have a little internal feud with some of my friends on here today. Why Does Mummy is here. Nerdy Nutrition is here. Ben is here. Did Brittany make it through her 75 hard? She did. And that's why she was struggling there when she injured herself, when she injured her back. She was not able to do the workouts like she wanted to. So she, in her own mind, was like, oh, I'm cheating the system. But they allow you to do that. They allow you to modify if it's too much. The worst thing they want you to do is just not quit. So you can't miss a day. If you miss a day, you go back to nothing. So doing the analogy to the ice bath, you guys, could you do 75 days in a row? Now, you guys know I did take one day off because I was not feeling great that day. That was the day that I ended my fast because I was blacking out. And so I did not go in the ice bath that day. I did not think it was smart to do that, especially all by myself here. And then the other time was the day of my birthday party. Logistically, I couldn't get in there that day. So technically, I have missed 2 days of this 75 days, which would have made the 75 start all over again. So I don't know. It would be a tough one. Which one would be harder, getting in to the ice bath or doing 75 hard? Not so sure. I see my friends at Real Salt, Redmond's Real Salt are here. Hello, guys. Jasmine is also here. So, guys, just coming in, it's day number 75. I got into a 32-degree temperature ice bath for 5 minutes. And if you just joined us and have never seen these videos before, this is a challenge I'm doing in 2022. I wanted to raise my game a bit when it comes to cold therapy and really commit to getting into it. Now, I have the Morozco Forge tank, so it makes it very convenient and easy. I know it's not easy for people to have to go buy ice. If you're just a newbie and beginning, that's okay. Get in a shower, take your normal shower with your normal temperature, and then at the end, pull it down just a little bit until you get to a point where it's uncomfortable, but you can still do it and breathe your way through it. It definitely helps a whole lot. And so me going on camera every single day showing you a real live person. Some of you have met me in person. Others of you only know me online, but I promise you, I am the same guy in both places. I'm trying to show you this is what a real person looks like doing this ice bath thing on a daily basis. And I'm discovering so many really cool things, both physiologically and mentally about this journey that I've been sharing. So if you've missed anything, go and look at my page on Instagram, Living Low Carb Man. And I'm sharing all kinds of like the thermogenic effects of this. I did a whole post the other day about how my body temperature was 100.5 degrees right at like just over an hour and a half after getting out of an ice bath. And this is where the body, the brown fat accumulation is starting to warm you up. And I'm going to remind you guys too, I no longer shiver. I used to shiver in the first like 6 to 8 weeks of doing this, but over the past few weeks, I don't get a shiver response. And some people are like, whoa, you need to shiver. And I'm like, my body no longer needs to shiver. Pretty cool. My friend Emily is like fawning over Dr. Rimka, who is here. Hello, my dear. Thanks for being here and watching. But yes, you guys, going to keep doing the observations, going to keep coming up with ways to experiment with this. Because, look, 5 minutes in an ice bath is pretty easy for me now. I'm thinking I need to up the challenge a little bit to make it a little harder and a little more fun as well. So we'll be doing that. We'll definitely take advantage of the warmer months coming up. Dr. Rimka said, did you hear Dr. Chris Shade of Quicksilver talk about his Morozco? He tested the grounding aspect, and it's kind of mind-blowing. No, I have not. I need to look that up. That's cool. That's cool. I'll have to look into that, and certainly if there's a there that I can talk about, I will certainly bring that up. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. Let me screenshot that so I'll remember to look that up. There we go. All done. So yes, you guys, if you've never done cold therapy before, start doing it. I think it'll be something that you'll be glad that you did. I know a lot of you have been watching me. Oh, that's great, Jimmy, that you're doing that for you. But it's not going to work for me. Okay. If that's you, just give it a chance. You can try anything for a little while. And if you do something, that's better than doing nothing. Because here's what we do psychologically, you guys. We tell ourselves, well, when I'm ready, I will get to that. Just anything in life. When I'm ready, I'll start that diet. When I'm ready, I'll start doing that HIIT training. When I'm ready, I'll start doing cold therapy. Well, when are you going to be ready more than you are ready right now? Like, ask yourself that question. So get in to a shower, take your normal shower, and at the end, if it means you go to warm water, warm is cooler than hot. And so start there. That's what Jimmy Moore did 3 years ago. I started with kind of warmish water because I was the biggest wuss when it came to cold water. I didn't like it. I couldn't breathe. It was bad. And so I worked my way down until I was in the coldest shower within like months of doing this. I was in the coldest part of the shower, had my head submerged under it, letting it hit all over me. And I was in there for an hour. And it's like, if you can get in there and be in there for an hour, you're ready for ice baths. And so I did. I started buying ice for my bathtub, dumped that in there. I did that for another whole year. And then late last year, I was able to procure me the Morozco Forge, and it's been great. I have not changed the water one time. It constantly filters it, makes its own ice. I know it's hella expensive, but it is so... I'm glad I made the purchase. Let's put it that way. And I did. They did not give that to me. I bought it straight up. All right, you guys, thank you so much for following my journey. I will keep doing daily updates. For now, I'm going to keep it at 5 p.m. Eastern because it does impact my sleep. And if I do them earlier in the day, as you guys saw me talk about the other day, I did it 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and I was asleep at 3:30 in the afternoon. No bueno. Jimmy needs to be up. But I was so tired. Some kind of mechanisms kick in and make me sleepy. So if I do it at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I can go to sleep like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and that's perfect for me. I love that. Dr. Remke says, yes, I love doing them at night too. I know, Stephanie, that some people do them like Mike Mutzel does, like a 1 or 2 minute session in the morning and then a 1 or 2 minute session at night. But for me, if I do the morning session, I am sleepy. And I would love to get somebody to explain the mechanism about what gets turned on. And maybe it's not in everyone, but definitely what's getting turned on in me that would cause me to get so sleepy within just a couple of hours of doing this. It's really, really crazy. Redmond Real Salt, thanks for the inspiration. Thank you. And by the way, Redmond's, I love your salt. I literally put it on all of my food when I'm doing fasting. That's like my holy elixir for getting through fasting. So guys, if you have not tried Redmond's Real Salt, that's the one that I love. I keep a big bucket of it, a big gallon bucket on top of my refrigerator, literally put it on all my food. And when I'm fasting, I'm just like using that all over and over. In fact, I've got some right here in a bowl that I always keep on hand to put underneath my tongue. So love, love, love that stuff. Stephanie says, yes, Mike wakes himself up with a short 30 seconds. You could try 30 seconds. You know, 30 seconds is not a bad idea. That's a good idea. I don't need it to wake up, because when I'm awake, I'm awake. I'm not one of those people that wakes up groggy. I wake up bounding out of the bed. I'm one of those people. Yes, I'm a morning person. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. I might start doing, once the sun's up, just a quick little 30-second plunge. I could do that. Especially during the summer. It's probably going to be nice and refreshing to do it during the summertime. Kira says, is that the adenosine receptor impacted by the cold? It could be a lot of things. I was thinking maybe it's connected to some melatonin production that maybe is kicking in. I mean, who knows? I would definitely like to dig further into that with someone like an endocrinologist who understands all this stuff. All right, guys, let me pop off of here for now. Thank you so much for joining me. I will try that fun experiment, Stephanie, for sure. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. But thanks for joining me here on day 75. I have lots of updates coming up in the coming days. And as always, if you have any questions about cold therapy, hit me up in my DMs. I'm always happy to help share any knowledge that I have. It's probably likely I've done a video on your topic at some point. Some people are like, have you heard about the brown fat? Yes, I have. Did a whole video about it. So keep watching, keep learning, and keep trying. Don't give up. If you're like, this sucks, Jimmy, I can't do it more than a few seconds, it's too much, don't give up. If you did a few seconds this time, do it a few more the next, a few more the next, a few more the next. And before you know it, you're doing 5 minutes in a 32-degree ice bath, just like me. All right? All right, guys, I'm out of here for now. Peace.